In the design process, you want to pay attention that you don't make concave curves too tight, because what'll happen is you'll end up having the bottom actually overhang the block below it, and it's just very unsightly. There's nothing technically wrong with it, it just doesn't look good when the top course is overhanging a course below it. So you come over here to a convex corner or radius. This is, you have to pay attention that you don't want it too tight, because on the back side, if you make it too tight at the bottom, each course will get tighter. So as you go up, it'll build it and make it tighter and tighter in the back. So if you're building a large wall and you make it too tight from the design, you'll end up having to cut every single block. Anytime you do any sort of a radius and you're using a pin system like Versalock, the bond lines are going to start shifting depending on where you're starting laying. So if you line up the bond on half bond, which is these would be the bond, and then this would be like a half bond. When you lay out your job like that and you start putting in a radius, what will end up happening is the bond lines will shift because of the batter. This course is being set back. That's going to change. This has a lesser area, a lesser length to run because of the setback. So it's small, but what will end up happening is the pins will not line up. So when that happens, when you have your pins not lining up, you have to drill, you're supposed to drill them out. A lot of people don't do this. It's pretty important. It's what Versalock actually recommends. If you don't drill these out, you should have pins in the first and fourth. If you don't do this, what'll happen is, let's say you just put them right here and here, then you're going to end up having a situation where this block can move a lot easier back and forth. And then what'll end up happening here is, if you look, this is the number one area for failure, is a convex wall. You'll see, if you look at any that are installed improperly, you'll start seeing splits right here where it's starting to pull apart. The concave, everything's pushing the wall tighter together, so it wants to stay in place. For this wants to, the convex, everything wants to push this out. That's why how to remember the difference. Concave, like a cave, it goes in. Convex, it's vexing, nothing but problems. So you need to make sure you do this properly. Another option would be, if you want to add glue to the course, that would be a way. If you didn't have power, you couldn't drill out the block. If you just put a few dabs of glue, that would definitely help. Are we right next to the airport? I feel like we're not that close.